Hey my foodie friends and family, nice to see you again. I have to apologize if I'm sounding a bit nasally today. It's kind of allergy season here and I'm suffering, so forgive me. Today we're going to do stewed okra with tomatoes. I am not a big fan of okra, but this recipe works and is delicious. I've started in a deep skillet with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You could use whatever oil you like. You know, okra is found in quite a number of different cultures, in different methods and different forms, but they're all delicious. Some really spicy and some not. I've added a tablespoon of garlic, and I'm going to add 1 onion that I've chopped. We need to bring this up to a sizzle so that the veggies start to break down and exude their sugars and their great aromas. This is going to be the flavor base for the okra. I'm adding a pinch of oregano here. I like to put it into whatever fat I'm using at the time because it'll help the oregano bloom. You know, dried oregano kind of loses its flavor after a while, but you can wake it up again by putting it in some oil and heating it up, and it'll release all the oils. So that's sizzling nice, and the room smells like oregano and onions and garlic. It's yummy. I'm using a ½ pound of garlic that I've just topped and tailed. I just took the stem off and the little tip at the bottom. They look really nice. They're fresh from this season, so I'm really looking forward to tasting this. Now, as you know, okra does not need a lot of cooking or else it gets gluey, so be careful. I'm adding some salt and pepper, and depending on what culture you get this in, you could add some cayenne, some hot sauce, whatever you like to make it spicy. I've even seen it curried. There's so many variations, it's crazy. I guess this is one of those plants that are really easy to grow and grow great in hot and humid weather. I'm just stirring that around to get it to a simmering point. And I'm going to add 1 8-ounce can of stewed tomatoes. Now, if you have your own jarred stewed tomatoes, certainly use that. If you were going to use fresh tomatoes, you would need to saute those tomatoes at the very beginning of the recipe to get it into kind of a sauce format, and then add your okra. Don't add fresh tomatoes now and expect that you're going to cook this and the okra won't fall apart, because it will. Doesn't the okra look good against the red tomatoes? This dark green looks beautiful. I'm adding a splash of vegetable stock. This one happens to be kind of tomato based, so it goes along with the recipe. I'm just adding a splash for some extra flavor and to enhance the taste. You could use water if you want to, or you don't have to add anything. Now here's a secret to non-gluey or mucilaginous okra, is a little shot of acid. I'm using red wine vinegar. You could use whatever you prefer. But stirring that in at this point when it's stewing will stop that gluiness from coming out. Trust me, it absolutely works. I would not have eaten this otherwise. I have a real aversion to things that are all gluey. So there it is, stewed. I mean, the length of time, you're really going to have to judge. I just did it as long as it took to reduce the sauce and have the okra mostly cooked. There's still some bite to it. I didn't want it totally soft. So there it is, finished. This is absolutely delicious on rice. And if you're eating meat, it goes great with some roast chicken or some roast beef as a side dish. Absolutely yummy. You should try it. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. Love to have more foodies here. Thanks for stopping by for some more food that warms your soul and mine too. We'll see you next time.